Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2021. Welcome to the GR3 SBR Championship here, where we see the GR3s racing at the Nurburgring GP circuit. Welcome to 2021. We've got a brand new year. Same pandemic, but new year, same cars finishing up the season where they've taken a nice break over the holidays. We didn't have anything around the Christmas weekend, didn't have anything on the New Year's weekend either. So we are back and looking at everyone. So welcome. I hope everyone's excited as we're going to see all the cars battling around the GR3 Championship. We have, let's see here if I can find these in the pits. Green currently in the lead, and then from second, third, fourth, and fifth place, we have all within 3 points of each other. So that's, what is that? Edwards is in there. I don't even remember who all's in there. I even looked at it all before here, and now I'm looking at all the names, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of names, and I don't remember exactly where everyone was. I know Callum's in there, so, ooh, that is a very nice looking livery. Believe Austin is also in the top 3, and then, man, I've been watching these people, so I should know where they are, but we'll have all the order and everything as we'll start to break them out and everything like that. So we do have a nice battle for the podium, second, third, fourth, and fifth, all within 3 points of each other, and then basically all the way down the field, people will be turning. But I do believe Green, unless there's a point for like fastest lap or something, has locked up the championship. So he is racing on a championship run as he's 31 points in the lead with only 30 points left in what is the final race here at Nürburgring. I forgot to mention this is the last race, so this will be the last race of the season. The leader, or the winner, will be Green, who's also put down the best lap. Oh, 54.2. I wonder how much fuel he had when he did that, because that's very quick. I did see him out on the track for a while, so he's probably on lower fuel. So it's going to be interesting. And without the track penalties, the one problem with this track usually is, in reality, it's just throwing your car through that chicane that we just saw these cars go through as fast and hard, and just yeet it as hard as you can, because literally the difference between yeeting it and not yeeting it can be like over a second. So when the track limits are turned off and manually done, it gets pretty aggressive into this chicane anyways. My biggest gripe with this whole track, which is probably one of the best real tracks in the whole game, is the fact that they just use the wrong chicane. The other chicane is so nice, it's free-flowing, it's not full of penalties, and then it just doesn't turn into this yeet fest, as we're going to see. Rob, I wonder how hard he's going to go at the chicane, because you can just go real casual with, you should, yeah, basically just be bouncing through it. You should hit that bollard right there in the middle, like basically at the dead center of your car, because you should just be all over these curbs to really exploit the chicane. And so that's kind of what it's going to boil down to, is most of the track, the straight line down here, this is a big braking zone where you can have some big passing, as Zeta Josh is a new entrant, as we've had a few people drop out for the final race, I believe. So we do have a couple of new drivers, with Jay, the track addict, also rocking a BMW and a very nice livery, it looks like. Making sure we don't forget about the track addict with the hashtag. And we already mentioned Zeta Josh, who is also a new entrant in the Genesis, a fantastically fun car. I actually have a league coming up real soon that I am highly debating running this in, because there are a lot of short, fast corners and stuff like that. So it's definitely possible. As Rob in the GTR, this is an interesting car here, because there are a couple areas where you are going to be quick, but what are you going to be able to do about it, really? If you're closing the gap on someone, you're not going to be able to pass through the corners. And if someone's following you, you're just going to kind of pull them along with you most of the time. And then when they get fast in the corners, it could be dangerous. Same kind of with the Jag, although the Jag's real powerful here. If you can control the Viper's super strong, as we see a Viper out there. And is that an Aston? Yep. Aston's interesting. It's a lot like the Merc, so you get the understeer where a car's constantly trying to push off the track on you. But it is very quick here. I think I want to say maybe the last time this was in the dailies, it was one of the top cars there, maybe. I might be thinking of the wrong racetrack, though. Oh, no, I was thinking of Red Bull, so definitely thinking of the wrong racetrack. As we see the Beamer, which is one of the interesting cars, kind of like a Ferrari, it does have that oversteer, which a lot of the cars in the game do not get enough oversteer, so it is helpful, but the wheel spin on it can also cost you to lose a lot of time. It's very big. Its turn radius, I think, if I remember right, is a little bit different than some of the quicker cars like you would see the NSX and stuff like that. So it, you kind of have to drive it a little different than some of the other cars, but it is very quick. It felt, I mean, he's what, 2/10 off of Edwards here in the NSX, so it's got a lot of pace in it. The Beamer can be very good. It'll be interesting seeing what people can do at race pace, because like we see these times and everyone knows these times are BS. Like every person knows most of these times are probably them coming in the pits with low fuel, grabbing that fresh set of softs, that situation that's never going to happen in the race ever. And they're like, look at me, I ran this 53 or 54.2. It's like, yeah, maybe, but like, are you really going to pit last lap of the race just so you can run a hot lap? Probably not. Maybe if you're up enough. But we should be getting this qualifying going. Yep, he said 1 lap to go. There are 2 races here, so don't forget we will have the sprint race following this race where, well, we'll take the grid as it finishes and we'll flip it and reverse it and just do it like that. I think that might be a Missy Elliott song, so I think we might have just got demonetized, but it'll be alright as we're going to get qualifying going in just a minute. I really do like the livery on Callum Grips here. I think that's upgraded. I don't believe he was racing that last time, or I've forgotten because it was like, feels like 6 months ago was the last time I was racing. It was like 3 weeks ago, but and the qualifying's gonna be interesting. It's not one of the tracks that you really have to have any kind of major slipstream on. There's not a real long enough straight to like really slipstream and get a clean pass done without impeding the other person's qualifying lap. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what people do on these qualifyings. Like, do they just like really go slow on that out lap and just let everybody get far away, or is it like, well, I trust this person, so I'm just going to try to see if they can't pull me to an even better lap. And qualifying is underway. Alright, well, we see Liam trying to get out quick. John also out as a race. We do see some people kind of slower to hit the throttle. Some people haven't even hit the throttle at all. As we do see Rob and... Is that Rob and Rob that I just saw come out? Or is it Adams and Adams? I think it's Adams and Adams. That's what it is. And I was just starting to remember, like, everyone's name. Like, I know Edwards. But there's going to be a few people who are going to be like, yeah, I just totally forgot. I have had a few holidays since then. As we'll really get to see, I'm excited to see what Zeta can do here. I'm assuming his name's Josh, so we'll probably just call him that. And we're no green. Like, and I think this is smart. He's kind of just, you know, getting out on the track in his own area. He knows the slipstream's not going to make or break his lap, but catching up to someone would. So he's not trying to get anywhere near this insane thing. And you know, we've seen Rossi be a little off the pace compared to, like, the fastest guys, but not going to lie, the Porsche, this track, I think, now that I am thinking about it, I think the Porsche might be one of the strongest cars here, so we might be in for a sneak peek here of someone who could battle up there if he can really exploit these corners like this, because it is very quick through them. It should be flat out through the S's, as I don't think, I believe they, oh, I'm assuming you do have to start on the tire that you qualify on, since we do see 2 people on hards to start, 3 people on hards. Jokerman in the Viper bringing out some hards. Now, I've been talking about some good looking liveries, and that one right there, we're just going to have to come back to you a few times just to check out that livery. That is very clean. Let's look at everyone's. Piper's is also looking very nice. Edwards doesn't want to give slips. Piper wants slip. So they were trying to slow down with each other. That works out. And now there's a little 3-man trail here. Joker on the hards. This is about as good as you can get. If you could just get pulled a little bit, every little bit's going to help. Hatterlad's into the pits. Maybe he didn't mean to be on hards. I mean, there's plenty of time to get laps in, so he could have just been fuel burning there. Although no one was really fuel burning that hard. A couple people, Jay didn't hardly burn at all in that You know, honestly, I've been practicing this track a lot recently, and the Z4, magical here. It feels very good. Compared to the M6, I would drive the Z4 here any day, but it's just, it tends to be just a little bit slow, so the consistency might make up for it. The fact that you can just hit that same lap over and over and over, where some of these other cars get a little squirrely, but we'll have to see how he works out, as we haven't got to see him race before. We have seen Ryle, and if I remember correctly, he either qualifies podium or last, so it'll be interesting to see exactly how his race goes, as he tends to get in there and definitely put his elbows out and battle. Rob also loves to battle in there. Been watching him. Garut on fire with his livery. Wow. Wait, did we look at Rob's? Rob's clean with the yellow. Probably some reference I don't get because I do not know what company that is, so okay then. The best livery so far with the PlayStation. I think Original John has run this livery every race. It's clean. It's good. No changes for him. And Liam, who we haven't spoken about, driving the Castrol Beamer, who, I mean, in a Beamer, you got to root a little bit for it. How can you not root for a BMW? As you see him, yeah, just absolutely eat the chicane. That's what you got to do. Got to keep the pace up, as they are on their first flying lap. So Liam is going to set the pace for everyone. We know anything in the 54s is amazing. Oh, that's a lot of wheel spin. Anything in the 55s is probably decent, so that'll be a decent one. It'll probably get beat, but we'll see where everyone falls off, as John is on a lap, Callum's on a lap, Groot, whose name randomly is gone from me, is gone a lap, Adams, I think, and Rob. As we see everyone coming across, looks like a lot of 56s in here. No one's really, we got Austin into the 55, low 55s, Callum, 55-1 on pole, sorry for not mentioning that yet. It looks like maybe a lot of people got slow. Oh, do we see a wreck? No, maybe. Oh, maybe John spun out. It looks. Hatter lad, people are ghosted. I think there may have been a major incident right there. Yeah, I think there's a major incident going on right now in turn one. What is happening there? Terrible job of finding it. I'm pretty sure I skipped just about every car that was involved in it. I mean, last race, qualifying, everyone's pushing the best they can. Piper getting that a little off. Sitting in third currently, so after one lap, people typing, yep, shit happens. Oops, shoot happens. So Callum rocking pole with the 55-1. How's Liam? He should be in the lead, so he's going to come across the timing zone. Let's see if he's gone blue. Or I guess it'd have to be purple. He's blue but not purple. It's only 300, so Callum's looking good to hold on to pole against that. Austin is probably not, since he's ghosting. He's out to the back. Maybe he can probably get out, get a lap done in time if he wanted to get back around. Piper coming around is, you know, he's on an out lap. Liam's going in the pits. Yeah, so he can get out and get back around. Actually, you know, it usually takes about 204 or like 202 to get all the way back around, so that might be a give up. That's going to be real close. I don't know that Liam makes it. 2 minutes out the pits? I can't remember. Maybe it goes the other way. Maybe instead of it being a 55, it becomes like a 49. Oh, we got people coming across the finish line. So many people are in the pits. Why are people in the pits with a minute to go? As Ryle comes across, doesn't improve. No one's improved yet. It doesn't look like anyone's improved their times at all. We have Rossi coming around looking to improve a time. Anyone in front? Did not. Rossi did. Are these all out? These are all out laps, huh? So they're just now starting it. That makes way more sense. Way more sense for them to all be on out laps. So Callum is going to hold on to pole. I'm trying to figure out who is going to get these hot laps in. They are all grouped up, too. This is not going to go well for them. Liam gets around. He's on an out. I don't think he's going to get a lap in. I don't think anyone on out laps. Is everyone on out lap again? Why does everyone say out lap? I think the replay's messed up. So we're guessing. Callum's on a real lap for sure, because he's had a pit. But he's already got pole. Austin I've seen ghost and come out and go back in, so I think he's still trying to finish an out lap. Piper just started a real lap, so he's got a ways to go, and that Aston is not the best around this section of it, so we'll see how he ends up coming out. Is Liam's really the only one I think who's on a... No, he's on a race against the clock start. He's got to get to the end of this lap in 30 seconds. He is really trying to push it. It's going to be very... Oh, I don't know if he's going to get there. 20 seconds to get his final lap started. 1 corner to go. I think he makes it with about maybe 3 or 4 seconds to go. Maybe even more than that. I just wish it would go in order on the track. Piper is on a flying lap. Liam will get it by just a few seconds. Oh, that's going to be really close for all right, so just starting it. He didn't get ghosted. No one's gotten ghosted behind yet. Oh, as Ryle goes... I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong. It's Real. He's sending me messages right. Real gets into the 54s first, as a lot of people's laps kind of got messed with a little bit. We do have Callum still on his final lap, taking a very wide line. So, I mean, everyone just got real grouped up. I don't think that's the best strategy, but with like the 8 minutes... Oh, Green going on to pole by quite a bit there. Looking to just really get racy with it. He's on a flying lap still. Piper, you're going to try to get through 5th. That's not going to improve, is it? Oh, into 4th. Just barely improves. Liam's up 3/10 on a 55.4, so that's still a high 55. That's looking to try to flirt with top 3 unless he can improve it further. I think most everyone who's finished is actually completed, so this is the final person who could move up is Liam, as he is sitting blue in the last sector. Blue in this one, but he lost a 10th, so he was up over 4/10. Now it's just over 3/10. But like always, this whole track comes down to the chicane. He could gain a second through the chicane if he just really nails it. Hard on the brakes. And just, I mean, on the throttle through the first part of the chicane, just trying to yeet it as hard as he can. Real wide. This actual corner can be really good for the Beamer because it does actually get a little bit of that oversteer, so you can just kind of like pull it all the way around on the throttle. And oh, that was quick. Man, if he hadn't messed up that one little section, he may have taken 5/10. Nah, never mind. He'd have gotten closer. Whoa, what a final lap. As we do see the final results come in as no one else is on a hot lap. Green taking pole, Liam in second. Real sitting on the podium of the qualifying in third. Callum from podium all the way to 4th. Piper in 5th. Austin in 6th. Adams in 7th and 8th. Jay the track addict in 9th. Rossi, there we go in that 911, moving up into 10th, starting in the top 10. And I will announce the other ones once I can see them. So here we go, the final round, Nürburgring, as we have already gone through the top 10. Rossi squeezing into the top 10 there in the 911, followed by Zeta Josh in the Genesis. Original John in 12th, Joker Man 13th. Started on the hards though, don't know if he qualified the whole thing. Edward starting in 14th, which is very much a surprise, probably with that incident in turn 1, and Hatterlad at the back, also very much a surprise, probably due to the incident in turn 1, as the green flag is dropped. We're away. 2021 final race of the season here for the SBR GR3 Championships, and they are down into turn 1, kind of keeping it somewhat, and there's not too much 3 wide going on, just a little bit, trying to follow through as, you know, Green just kind of gets separated away, no one side by side with him, so that's a good start as him, as Ryle's just kind of like holding on to 3rd, everyone trying to look for positioning. Piper getting pushed. Callum up the inside, but he's going to have the outside coming around there. As the battle in the back, we see a huge spin in the background. John's through, Hatterlad's through, who was it that spun? Zeta must have gotten a little bit, it looked like he may have gotten a little help there. That is a rough start to the first race here for him, as we see Jay battling right off the bat here, trying to go up the inside of Hatter, but still going to give Hatter the inside for the next corner. No, he's going to try to battle back. Ooh, he's trying to battle everywhere on the track right now. Rossi just sitting there looking for his way through, as we see them all coming into this big hairpin for the first time. Not a lot of passing usually done into that corner, usually just because you're going into this Schumacher, like if you don't really get alongside, you're in a lot of trouble. And it does look like Joker may have gotten into Zeta just a bit, but yeah, it's racing. Can't race close. Sometimes you're going to wreck. We'll see Rob all over the back here of Edwards, who's already worked his way up into 8th. We don't have, why isn't it displaying the stats? There we go. Who is on? Is he on the hards? He is on the hards. So, whoa, working his way up the field on the hards. That's a hot start for him. As we do see the, he's probably not going to catch up to the rest of the softs unless they just keep bumping and murdering each other through here. As they are all going very fast through there. As Liam's still sitting in second, Real through the first lap, almost able to defend the whole lap, but it looks like Callum is not messing around. Ooh, kind of pushing a little wide, leaving exactly a car length there. As everyone else is kind of single files. Real kind of pushes him inside as it looks like Piper saying, hey, if we take it 3 wide, I win this. And he will. If he's got the inside here, he should be good as long as he doesn't get pushed. And ooh, Real with the big loser going from 3rd to 5th over 1 corner. And now we see Groot in the fire just flaming all over the back of him. Austin all over here. Whoa, the battles are just going crazy. How's the lead looking? 8/10. That'll probably continue to grow. Liam just doing everything he can to hang on. He's got to hook in and just praying to hold on as everyone else behind is battling. Ooh, everybody on a purple lap, second lap. Best feeling ever. The only lap I've ever been faster than the fastest driver, second lap. Man, they are not leaving Real alone. Oh, he gets pushed way wide. Don't oversteer. Hey, props. I cannot believe you kept that together. Whoa. I mean, brutal. They are just bumping. No one is treating this one with respect. Just bumping and bruising everywhere through there. Real's gone from 3rd all the way to 7th, just getting pushed around the track. Groot is not done messing around either. He's going to look for a move. At least he didn't do it in the Schumacher. It's tough to go around the outside here, though. Maybe a cutback of some sort? No, he's going to try to stick it around the outside. That's insane. It's going to work. I mean, who cares about sanity nowadays? If he gets a bump draft somehow, it's going to end up working out. Oh, as they are literally all over each other. Who gets punted here? Groot's done. He's going through. Oh, gets a little bit of air. Can't control your car while flying. Somehow Piper defends this. What is going on right now? Well, everyone else is getting to check out probably. Looks like Callum's just letting this battle go in the background as they go 4 insanity down the front straight. We see a Beamer in the background trying to come in as that's Jay, the track addict, battling up through there, pulling John with him. How wide are we going to go into turn 1, guys? 3 wide, little push, you know. Real trying to do the reverse of what happened to him last time. Groot is the big loser this time through. You guys can't let Piper get away, though, because then you'll just be a 3-car battling and Piper will be gone. So you got to make sure you maintain him and get him past so that you keep this whole leapfrog insanity going, as I'm sure this is what's going on in the background. Is Rossi's still holding on to his 10th. Hatterlad still in 11th. Getting hounded by Rob because Rob's on the softer tires here, so he needs to get that done. Joker just needs to hang on the softs. Edwards, who was off to a real good start, had a little issue, fell back. And Zeta, who is just trying to get back on control, is... Ooh, that is going to be a massive difference of braking spots there. All right, let's see how our 4 buddies are doing. Side by side through Schumacher? Side by side through Schumacher. Why not? I mean, you guys have tried it everywhere else. No, he ends up backing out. That's probably... I mean, I'd rather they didn't, but it's probably the safe thing to do. That'd have been insane to try to go side by side through Schumacher. As Real's just looking for anywhere to get through here, and I mean, he was starting in 3rd, so if he wants to get back into that podium, he does need to try to get out of this fight as soon as possible. I mean, that's what all of them have to be thinking. They need to stop fighting, so it just means like everyone else needs to go away as they're just hounding down this back straight. Anyone gonna be able to get by Piper? No, Piper kind of sat it down there, slowed down through the chicane, which is gonna raise the gap, I bet, to 3rd. And he just kind of like, well, you can't pass me if I'm going 45 miles an hour through the 1-lane chicane here. So, I mean, that's kind of smart. He didn't have the best defensive line in there, so just, you're still first one in. You can just slow everyone down. Still ended up with his best lap in the 56s, but 56s is quite a bit off what he wants to be running and what we've seen him running, so... Oh, his Real's going up the inside from way downtown. Oh, and there's the oversteer of the Beamer, that's one of the problems with the Beamer. You get a little bit of contact and it's just hard to catch all the steer because it'll oversteer, it's understeering, it just gets out of control. And now they're worth 3, but this has actually opened up a lot for Jay to work up, and now he's right there looking at him. And I think he's on the softs. I thought he was on the hards. So it looks like everyone ahead's on the softs. Our hards are all in the back. Anyone on the softs trapped? Just Rossi. Oh, Rossi and Rob are both on the softs. So yeah, John having a fantastic drive so far on the hards, though, leading the hard racers right now. Is Real recovering, trying to battle back into 5th. That is a good position to be in if you can get that done. That Aston, it's against a Viper, though. That is a one car you don't want to usually be in a straight line race with. This is insane. Yep. I mean, fantastic driving, and Groot just really keeping it in there and just being like, nah, I got speed too. I can take you. Like, you're not just gonna like pull away. But this is letting Piper start to pull away, so hopefully maybe they start working together more. As we see over the course of 4 laps, Green is up to a 3-second lead, which I'm sure Liam's not too upset about. He's trying to think. McEwen, I'm about 100% sure he is like the furthest one back looking at that 2nd and 3rd position right now. So he would be the full 3 points back, so the higher up. So yeah, he doesn't even need to race Green. He just needs to get ahead of, well, Callum, to be fair, because Callum's the one who's racing ahead of him. So they are in like a straight-on battle. The 1st and 2nd race will massively matter to their positioning. They are in direct race with each other. Piper's in that group as well, if I remember right. Or is it Austin? You know what? It's people. They're all racing each other. We're not going to worry about that at this point. They'll get that settled and done. As we see Groot falling back down to 6th, as Real's up in the 5th. And they do need to close this down on Piper. They keep kind of battling each other. I wonder if it's a case of one of them's faster through one part of the track, the other one's faster through the other part of the track, so they just kind of just keep catching each other. But then get some consistency going and close that gap down. I mean, 3rd place is only 4 seconds up on them, 5 seconds up on them over the next, 20 laps. Well, less than that, but roughly. Still plenty of time to close that up. As we don't see a lot of mistakes that often out of Green, so I wouldn't expect him to do anything too out of the world. It looks like he's actually pulled back a little bit. Is it maybe tire wear on the McLaren? Not like it matters. His either pulling back or losing time is still faster than everybody else's, so yeah. Actually, no, Liam, that 54.7, but then maybe he just was like, I'm not really racing Green either, so he kind of just casually pulled it back as well, and he's just maintaining a gap instead of really over pushing it. Because you can see the tires on this stint, you got to go 5 on hard in order to not get disqualified. So we will be seeing people run 5 laps on a hard tire, and the real question is, do you run them at the end, just on those last 5 laps? Do you come in here in a minute and just grab a set of hards, get those 5 laps out and then attack? It's a tough call. You got a 2-second gap. He's coming in. What do we think? Switching to the hards? Green's in as well. Like, get this stint over with, or just keep trying to build a gap? Callum comes in as well. Piper's the first person to say, nah, staying out on these softs. Real, nah, staying out on these softs. And then I think we saw Jay maybe come in. Yep, Jay's in. Austin's in. John's in. So the hards have completed their 5. So we've got all the hards going on to softs, and they'll just run softs from here on out. As Green went in the pits and came out ahead. Green and Liam went in the pits and came out ahead of people who are still on softs. That is well done. And for Callum, that is rough. You are a second back from the person you need to just battle, like, that you're closing the gap down, and all of a sudden there's these 2 people on tires that are 14 years old battling in front of you, and what are you supposed to do? Like, you can't do anything here. You're just, oh yeah, just go around the outside. This could end in absolute tears. Someone's dead. Oh, Rio, keep it together. He's had practice. He's gotten knocked and pushed and bullied there every lap. So, I mean, he's getting good at that. And, I mean, Callum, it lost him some time, but it was only about a second and a half. So that could have been way worse. And, I mean, I think that's kind of what you got to do. Just get real aggressive with it and just get it done, and just pray you don't make any mistakes, because that's how penalties get pulled up and stuff like that. You get by them, you get them done, and it's just bad luck that that's where you came out, and bad luck that they're not on the same strat as everyone else, right? There's only 2 people, and they just happen to cut in front of you. Real sitting in 5th, but, you know, 7-second gap with a pit stop coming. It's going to be interesting to see. And, like, I really wonder if Liam can, well, got to hit the chicane better than that to finish my statement. Can close this gap at all on green. You know, he's keeping it somewhat maintained, sitting at about 3.5, but, you know, I don't even know if he's really trying to push it or if maybe he's starting to realize, maybe I can get that. As he's only about 4/10 slower on the out lap. Cripps was quite a bit slow on his out lap, but we know he had to battle through a couple of people whose we do see Real and Rob make their way into the pits, and I saw a switch to hards, and oh, Jokerman came in on his hards. Jokerman ran 6 laps on his hards. I wonder if that was a mistake. I've been there. Oh, as we see Groot, Hatterlad, and John battling down the straight. Did I see someone go sideways? No. Is a battle absolutely for, well, actually Groot's on the hards, John's on the soft, so John and Hatterlad have already run their hard stints. Groot is on his hard stint, so he would technically need to keep these people behind him or hope they start making mistakes, because they are going to leave him pretty far back considering they're already done with their hard stint and they've already got him. John on a blue lap, so he's about to put down one of his best, but you'd expect that now that they're on their softs. As Austin in the Beamer's gonna have to make that thing real big and start slowing some people down here pretty soon, as he's also on his hard stint. Real's on his hard stint. Jay still on the softs, did not run hards if I recall correctly. Piper just runs his tires until there's only red. Makes sense. Callum, everyone else still on the soft, so we've got a few people who decided to use their hards and go ahead and get them out of the way as they are falling back into everybody else. Everyone else, I mean, kind of smartly in the front, just keep trying to build a gap. Everyone else is falling into battles. Don't fall into battles, just try to keep getting away. And, you know, Callum tried that, but lost a little bit. As we see the gaps kind of climbing in the front 3 right now. But we will get a reverse grid as Piper finally decides he's not going to take them all the way red. 7 laps on a soft is all that you need. That is a lot of laps. I mean, honestly, still sitting in 5th. He's going to come out and probably going to throw some fuel in. So he's probably going to come out, what, 8th or 9th maybe? Which might not be actually where he wants to come out, because that's where you're starting to get to this whole battle with John and everybody. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out, as the leaders are still looking pretty good. Jay up into 4th. That is an impressive drive in the Z4 off the start, and he has, that is probably legit 4th. He's probably, Callum hasn't run his, oh, Jay is on, if he's run his hards, if I'm right, he started on hards, or if he started on softs, it's just a great run, but if he started on hards, he doesn't have any hards to go. He's actually pretty far up the grid so far. He's worked his way quite a bit up, and he actually has people who's going to close the gap down over pits here even further when they go on to hards finally. Now I'm wishing I'd written it all down. This Green still looking very good in the McLaren. Feel like we hardly get to talk about him. He's just always got a gap, but he really does just show consistency. As we see 54, 55, 55, 52 is the 204, and the 52 is the pit window area, and then right back out into the low 54s, like literally a 54.0 at half fuel, fresh tires. It's pretty fast. That is insanely fast. Liam 54.5, trying to keep the gap, but that is just like, when you're losing half a second a lap, that is tough. You need him to start making some mistakes. Callum's sitting on the 55.3 though, so again, needing the next person to start making some mistakes. And then Jay, basically on the same strat as them. If he's already used hards, he's in a fantastic position. If he still needs to go on hards, he's not in a bad position. He's already gained massively and is still sitting quite comfortably with a 4-second gap back to Real, who the gap should just continue to grow and grow and grow. You're on softs, he's on hards. Hatterlad, though, who started way in the back, it looked like maybe had a little bit of some contact, if I remember right, in the first corner, and was, or maybe just bad qualifying, ended up all the way at the back, and he's worked his way all the way up into 6th. He's run his hards, he's looking good. John having a fantastic race right now on his softs. He's already run his hards. He's up into 7th, so the sky's the limit. He sees all the gaps in front of him, as he probably also sees everybody chasing him down from behind. As, you know, Austin on those hards, keeping it real spicy right here. Maybe Piper can pull him around the track some. As Rob and Joker battling side by side, looking very feisty. Like, I swear, every time I see this livery, I just think, what is this, Quicken Loans or something? Then we got the Viper looking feisty, looking for anywhere to get by. As Joker's on the softs, run his hards. Groot on the hards, falling down, but it's okay because he's almost through this stint. And he hasn't fallen all the way down, and you get to kind of start battling back once you do. As Edwards, who's had a rough race so far in that NSX as well, gotten rid of his hards on his softs, needing everybody else to come ahead and go through the pits. And then Rossi in the Porsche and Zeta, who we saw just kind of get obliterated there right at the start of the race, starting to get his groove going though. And the Genesis, that's a fun car, I like it, but you got to make sure you're really revving that Genesis out, you know, really exploiting every bit of power, which in turn burns your fuel. And yeah, you go fast, but you got to pit a lot. Back to the top, Green either losing pace or slowing it down a little bit as we see him kind of drifting around that final corner, as he lost about a half a second on the last lap and then over a second on this lap. So it's probably just a tire wear, just a consistent wear down, as we see Liam come across and probably lose about a second as well. Who knows? Yeah, about a second. It's about the same. So he's just still staying on a much quicker pace while the tire wear is starting to kick in. So, I mean, really just what you expect to see with a championship driver. Like, you're going to win a championship, you can probably drive with some tire wear. Real looking racy in fifth, trying to close down the gap, which is a weird place to be in. You know you're on hards, you know you're going to be coming in relatively soon here. I think at the end of this lap or the end of the next lap. But I wonder if he has any clue what Jay's strat is. Like, is the person in front of me really in front of me, or is he on some weird, like, 5-lap where he just has a pit strategy thing, or, like, what is he doing? So I wonder if he has any idea that that gap's probably pretty legit, and if he wants to start battling back into that top 3 podium position, top 4 area, like, he's definitely going to start closing that gap down, because that one might not close down as much. Hatterlad, who just, I mean, honestly, fantastic race. 54-9, 55-55, back-to-backs. That's, I mean, if he can just get that consistency going, he definitely still has a chance to battle up into the group ahead of him as well. 5th for sure, 4th possibly. Gonna have to kind of figure out with Jay's. I didn't fully catch his pit strategy, so I still can't 100% figure out if he is just flying. I mean, his pace is, it's fine. It's better than Reels. And I mean, Hatterlad's it's not, but I think you can clearly see that first stint, he was mostly probably stuck in traffic battling or just on his hards as well. I bet he's on his hards. So he might be a little bit of a pressure here if he can get caught up through there. As Green's coming in, so I bet Liam follows suit and comes in as well, as he does. Callum should do the same. Yeah, there's no reason not to. You're sitting in a comfortable spot. Got to try to lock up that podium position, so no reason to go crazy. Now, Jay also flashing, probably no reason to push it here. Yep, he's also coming in. Real, he have one more lap on his hards? He does have one more lap on his hards. Hatterlad doesn't, so he's in. John doesn't, he's in. Piper, running the tires forever. Don't forget, he'll go, oh, he's just going to go 777, I bet, for Piper. That might work out. I think it's going to lose too much time, though. We'll see, though. Piper's not doing the whole just get the 5s and just run 5s the whole time and maybe take the extra lap. He's like, we'll just cut it into 7s here and whatever. I'll run 7 on hards, or maybe he ran, you know, an extra here. They'll probably just run 7 on hards, would be my guess. As we see everyone coming in, as Austin is out. Hatterlad has, so we have some fuel going in, so he filled back up to make it the rest of the way. Everyone's kind of cycled through. John's into 11th. Everyone's finished their pit stops. We do have some hard tires. So Jay had not used his hards yet. So that is going to be battling for position everywhere. He needs to definitely be defensive on every angle he can. Jokerman, who did not come into the pits, will be coming in real soon. Same with Adams. He'll be coming in soon. Piper, I would love to say, would be coming in relatively soon, but probably not. He'll be coming in like 8 laps. Real just came in, so, oh no, this is actually his end lap for sure, right? He's run 1, 2, 3, 4, so this will be his 5th lap. I think this is the one he comes in on. And then we've got Callum, who is on his hards, so everyone's kind of finally running their hards. Ooh, Green has decided not to. He's going to go ahead and stay out and run the hards to the final, which has kind of been his strategy every race, which, to be fair, makes the most sense. You know, you need the softs to battle, and he's only going to be defending at best anyways. He's not going to be battling anyone. So might as well just save him all the way to the end, and then you can kind of just check back and just keep building and building and building, because someone needs to try to close a 14 or 15 second gap on you. Even though if they could, they might not even really push that hard. They might think it's unattainable. So it's never a bad idea to try to get the biggest gap you can, as we do see Real coming in on his hard stint, so he's done with those. They are going to have to throw some fuel in here, as we do see Joker, Rob, Edwards, everyone coming in. Piper, not. Although, according to my pit screen, he pits every lap. It looks like pit, 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 pit. So these are probably inaccurate. How do I make those go away? Why do they? Whatever. I think that may have fixed it. No, it did not. So, Jokerman out in 9th. Rob slipping up into 8th. John in 7th. So it is a little leapfroggy. Everyone goes in the pits, they go down. Everyone comes out of the pits, they go up. Trying to figure out exactly where everyone is. Not the easiest. But Jay up into 5th after these new rounds of pits. So he's on his hards. He is in defensive mode. Real's trying to re-catch it down. He's got like 4 laps to go with a 2-second gap. Losing about a second there, it's going to be tough. Just infinite defense, but eventually you're going to have to re-catch Real most likely. He's most likely going to catch you. John, on the other hand, might be so far back that he won't, but fantastic race so far from John, to be fair. He has been flying, and he's up into 7th, over the top half of the field. As we see Rob, Juggerman going attacking on the inside. They are all grouped up again. Hatterlab looking up the inside. He's trying to be aggressive through it as well, as they've all come out together. Edwards is still in the battle here. 12th to 8th, all grouped up. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are super gapped out right now, it looks like, according to that. Got a little bit of battle going up ahead as well for 5th and 6th. Oh, as Austin's getting aggressive up the inside. Going to go ahead and battle through. So Jokerman pulling through the lead. Hatterlad coming in behind us. He made it through. And then Austin also getting through. And Robin's up losing out the most as he falls back. And now he's in the clutches of Edwards, who's all over the back of him. John goes through the chicane and he moves into the chicane. Yeah, it's probably safe not to. Oh, Edwards is making one, though. Out the exit's about the best place to try. It's just hard to get that run done. I mean, yeah, you can try to fake it, try to maybe get him to leave it open for you. Oh, that wheel spin's going to not be good, as Edwards does get the move done up the inside. Oh, top line speed is not going to be good. Yeah, nothing you can do. That is just a tough spot to be in right there. Jokerman leads them back down, and there's Jay is getting passed by Real, so Real has closed that gap up pretty quick, made the move. 4 seconds to John, so John maybe could close it up if he really keeps his pace going before the pit window there and give Jay another person to have to battle through, as he's had a fantastic first showing from Jay. Jokerman over here trying to also close up the gap to John, so that would be not ideal, as John does not want to start battling that huge train that's chasing down behind him as they all come into the little corners through here. These fast sweepers are a lot of fun, but if you start getting side by side like this, it can just... Someone A can get pushed off as, ooh, lot of contact. Anyone can get pushed off, like I was saying, but also it's just like these are not ideal lines. You don't want to be braking on the inside. You don't want to be, like, you know, not able to turn in from the outside, as Edwards does get that move done, though. Very quick. And back in a single file. Now he's just going to have to try to see if he can keep up, as Edwards looks like he's maybe finally starting to push through the field a little bit more, starting to get bearings of the track maybe, or just really starting to get a hang of the battling through it, or just the car itself. NSX here might be a little bit of a handful. I can't drive the car, so it's a handful at every track for me. Jay's losing quite a bit of time to Real, and believe it or not here, John's bringing the gap down to him. He's definitely going to have him before he goes into the pit window here, as he is yeeting through the chicane. Jokerman getting a nice little bit of separation. No more slip for Hatterlad on this one. Edwards trying to close the gap up. He wants some slip. And I mean, right here, Austin just doing exactly what you need to do. Just try to keep that slip for the straight. Well, until that part. So then, as they come on down the straight, as the Beaver gets caught back there. I'm just not going to talk about people. As soon as I talk about people, it's like doing exactly what you should do. Things get messed up. I get it. It's a curse. It's horrible. Edwards. Not going to talk about you. Afraid you're going to get wrecked. Don't want to talk about Groot. Don't want to talk about anyone right now. Rossi's looking good back here. So let's check out the leaders. So Green's still leading the race with just over 7 laps to go. That McLaren just massively dominating so far this entire season. Not just the car, the driver himself. Liam coming through with a decent little gap, 19 seconds. You know, if he just pushes the pedal a little harder, he might be able to close that gap pretty soon. Now, granted, he is on the hard tires, and Green will have to go on the hard tires, so he will close this gap up quite a bit, most likely, on the final stint, but I don't know if it'll be the full, you know, 19, 20 something seconds that it's going to end up being. As Callum is trying to close the gap down on Liam, it looks like. They are both on the hard, so they are running the same strap, but the paces are just so similar. I mean, to be fair, Callum is closing it up by a few tenths every single lap almost through the entire thing, but that is a lot of tenths in 4 seconds. So that might be just a little too far to close up over these last 7 seconds. But there's a lot of laps and a lot of tenths. So we'll see as Piper finally comes in. Again, on fuel, not tires, because no one pits for tires. People just pit for fuel now, right? Insane. I could never drive tires that red. That is just, I mean, bow. Like, just hats off to you. My car would be screaming at me. I'd be spinning out everywhere. I would never be getting around the track. So see, Real back up into 4th, though, now. Pretty consistent 4th here as well. He's probably got maybe a few people who are going to be able to catch up through the pits in the battling. But, you know, he started podium. Probably would love to be back in that podium. But 11 seconds, gonna need to continue to close that gap down on this soft stint. And Callum's hard stint is only got maybe 1 lap left on it. Same with Liam's. So it'll be kind of tough, but I mean, really a fantastic race. We saw him have all those, not real issues, but just those battling where he kept coming out on the losing end to the wrong side of the track or whatever it may be, and going from 3rd all the way down to 7th or 8th, maybe 9th, and then battling all the way back up into 4th now. So fantastic drive from him, even though he may have had sights of the podium at the start. But you never know. Callum could drive into a wall. Anyone could disconnect. The internet's a fickle thing. We need to take a moment to talk about how Green ran a 54 flat exactly to the 1,000th. Impressive. I mean, that's a fantastic lap to begin with, but anytime you hit zeros across the board, that just needs a moment. So Liam should be finishing his 5th lap as well as Callum, so they should both be coming to get rid of their hards. And I mean, it's got to be go time if you're in either one of their shoes, because if you're going to close the 21-second gap you have to Green, which, while unlikely, is theoretically maybe possible. I mean, if he helps you out a little bit, you're going to have to really be on your P's and Q's. And if Callum's going to want to close up 4 seconds over the course of, you know, what is this going to be, 6 laps? Yeah, going to have to really get on the pedal and close that up fast. I mean, you got to average almost a second a lap, because you're going to need a second to pass the person. So yeah, you're going to have to fly. Jay is going to come in on his hards as well, so he's going to come out on the track in battles. Is Edwards, who has actually gotten by, I apologize, he's gotten by almost everyone, it seems, that he was battling earlier, up into 7th, closing the gap, back on Joker Man now. And Joker's closed it up to John. Looks like they get through there. Maybe a little bump, maybe? Looked like maybe someone went a little wide. But no harm, no foul. Everyone just filtered back in. Groot, Rob, Piper, and Hatterlad getting very aggressive on that throttle. And the Lex is super fast, especially good later in the stints and stuff when it gets lower on the fuel. But yeah, that back end can really get away from you in a hurry. As we see Jay come out on his softs back into 12th. He does have a few cars ahead of him who are going to have to pit. We see Rob, who's on these hards, is maybe just going to run the hards the rest of the way and just be in full defense mode. I have no idea. Same with Piper. Piper might now just be in hards. Oh, I know Piper's on the 7-lap strategy, so maybe they're both on that 7-lap strategy. And they're just going to try to defend the whole time. This is going to be tough. Like, someone who's on you, like, I mean, you can't defend a Hatterlad for 6 laps, right? Maybe, but, I mean, that's just got to be tough. And try to catch up with the car in front of you. I mean, yeah, these softs are just going to get way too hard. He's going to have way too much acceleration or something. He's going to have way too much grip. Like, this just can't actually work out for the long stint. He's going to definitely be able to get a top 10 here. Yeah, he's already making the move. Like, yeah, he's going to get one if not. Oh, no, they're going to go 3 wide. That's one way to play defense. Play defense by offense. I love it. Well, you're going to try to pass me on the outside. Well, I'm going to try to pass him. That's going to put us 3 wide. And you know what? I'll just win the 3 wide battle instead. Fantastic driving from Piper there. That's just a genius idea, because like so many people just back out there and never think, well, fine, I'll go aggressive too. Let's take it 3 wide through here. Now everyone's trying to take it 3 wide as they come back, as he does keep him back. So maybe Piper can find a way to keep him back long enough. As Reel's in the pits for his last stop. These will be the last stops for all of these cars. They won't need to stop again. Callum, Liam, and Green on the hards. The gap 20 seconds. Can Liam do it? We will keep an intent eye on it. Spoiler alert, most likely not. That is a lot of seconds, but Callum's already got that gap down to 2.9 seconds, so he is trying to really push that Lexus. Solid sitting in the podium right now. He can see his time gap to Reel. He knows that's a huge gap and that's nothing to worry about. He could just calm down and take an easy third, get his podium right here, but you can already just tell he's trying to push even harder. Gap's already closing. Starting to lose a little bit through there. The Beamer is real quick through that little Mercedes section. It's not the Mercedes section, that's like the Ford turn or something like that. So it'll be nice to see if Callum can close it up, but it is kind of getting bigger, so maybe he has lost a little bit of the pace, or just getting a little bit of inconsistency there, as we see the rest of everybody else is quite close. A second, less than a second. Piper losing the people on the softs, though, so he's going to have a lot of trouble without Edwards, who's had a fantastic race. He's now up into 6th on his final stint. And, I mean, only 1.4 back of Hatterlad. He's looking at a top 5, and he started, like, back in 14th or something like that at the start of the race. So, fantastic drive from him. Jay also sitting in 8th on the softs, trying to catch up to Piper, who's on the hards. Jay looking to get a top 7. For Reel, though, I think his gaps are pretty comfortable. You just got to not make any major mistakes. You're not going to lose a second a lap to the car behind you, even if they are flying right now. You should be fine there, and you're probably not going to gain the 11 seconds. Callum, on the other hand, you just got to be like real smart here, because you could gain 3 seconds if you really get it together and he makes a couple mistakes, but you can't overdrive it, because the last thing you want to do is spin it and lose 11 seconds and end up getting passed for 4th. Or even worse, because he probably doesn't know, like, there's a lot of people that aren't that far back from that either, so you get spun too much and you get passed by about 8 cars real quick. As we see everyone lined up, those gaps are just outside of slipstream range all the way through 11th. 12th just coming around. Is Rob getting a little wide? Austin also, I think, a little wide. Had a little bit of issues, got that spin. Rossi, who qualified well, lost a little bit of pace in a couple of his stints, fell back, and since then has been on a pretty decent pace. I mean, the 57s, 56s being very consistent with those times. As we see Jay caught all the way up to Piper already, battling up by him already. Oh, getting it, pushing it. This is my side of the track. Side by side, the track addict. Using the entire thing to fight it, and he's through, and there's not going to be much Piper's going to be able to do with that, because, I mean, it's different tires. He's not really be able to come back unless it's literally this corner. Use this literal slip to get back in there, and it's never possible. So rarely does that work. And so Jay's through. 4 seconds, though, might be a little too much to catch up, but fantastic up into 7th. Jokerman on the softs also trying to catch up Piper. And we got Edwards closing the gap on Hatterlad here as well. Piper couldn't quite find it there, and Joker's getting it even closer. John also on the hunt in the top 10 and can see the top 8, top 7 right in front of him. So he's trying to battle in there as well. I think that might be one of his best finishes yet. I think he had a real good finish the other week too, but maybe that was in the second race. Oh, I thought Joker was going to go for a move there. It looked like he was flinching his car over right as he moved. Oh, someone goes way wide. Jay goes way wide, and Piper gets through. Joker gets through. And now he went from having a clean lead to right back into the thick of the things. He's trying to get it back done now. You got to watch out. This is like my biggest mistake. Make a mistake like that, get right in the slip, and I'll over-aggress on the first corner, and it'll just ruin everything after that. So you got to make sure that you just take it under control. Oh, this is so what I would do. And then we'd bump, yep, and then I'd fall back and lose to John. Oh yeah, this is exactly how I drive. That is why I like gotta see, and that's why you gotta be way patient. He barely got away with it there though. Oh, pushing it side by side. John getting aggressive in there. Oh, Piper's gonna lose out the most as he ends up going the widest. Oh, Jay gets even more contact. I don't even know, is John gonna save it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he obviously watches Fast and Furious. He knows how to do this. Oh, but Groot doesn't want to be in 10th. He wants to be in 9th, so he's getting it side by side. Piper on the hards is now battling in there, and somehow John went from being in a perfect position all the way down. Jay ended up losing a position, and Joker ended up the best of it, as he now has a decent gap and doesn't have to worry about pulling anybody around for a while. So that kind of settled everybody down for a second. As John's like, well, I'm not done. That guy's on hards, I'm on softs. Do it. In the Schumachers, right here. Oh, he's thinking about it. Just do it to him. Yeah, it's smart not to. I agree. This Piper's flashing his lights. Get off of me. This is a very weird angle. There's a better angle. As John's looking, just trying to get his car anywhere to get by him. He knows he's faster than him. Oh, as he gets it way out on the dirt, and that's one way to make a pass. Flashing lights. Yep. Yep. Flash him. Look, but now he's through. Oh, Jay's trying to close that gap back down to Joker. 1.6, 1.5, 1.6. So he's like right there. Hatterlad is now completely separated. Oh, it's not because Edwards is past Hatterlad. He's into the top 5. What a drive from these two. They both started at the back of the pack. They're like, we'll qualify on hards. We'll have a wreck in the first corner, and then we'll end up like top 5 battling at the end of this thing. As they are side by side. As Edwards gets that one a little wide, and that is a dangerous car to be going onto that Astro with and trying to get your braking zones right, and that let Hatter close it right up. Jokerman, pretty big gap. Jay's got a decent gap through here. Looks like Hatterlad and them are probably just about the closest battle, as Green is on is on the penultimate lap. Real has a decent group, but Edwards 4/10 up on Hatterlad battling as they're trying to make sure they get in the top 5 here. And I just don't know where you're going to make the move here. I mean, the Lexus could have a lot of advantages through this track as it runs a little wide. Maybe I was just lagging. Yeah, I think I was just lagging. I couldn't tell if he was running a little wide or not. Maybe I was just lagging. But Edwards and Hatterlad both started at the back. Both seemed like they were having a tough race. Every time it seemed like we checked at them, they were just like in the same 10th position, 11th position, 12th position, barely ever flirting anywhere. And here we are 1 lap away from the end of the race, just over a lap. Green just started the final lap. Is Real caught up to some? Wait, who's Real caught up? Oh, Zeta's is getting lapped. Got you. So, got to be safe when you're in the blue flags. Don't do anything crazy. Get off the racing line. Be predictable. All that stuff. I don't think Tom's going to be able to close it, as Green is on the final lap with a fantastic race from the champion, just really solidifying it. It was like, you have it guaranteed that you won. You don't have to race. It was like, yeah. But I don't know if you know this, I dominate, so I'll come show up and do this real quick. And so we'll see how he does in the reverse grid, starting from the back of the pack. A little different race then. Liam will also be back there, as unless he just decides to drive backwards, he is most likely locked up the podium position here, with Callum still trying to close it down, but pretty much keeping it consistent. Real with a solid recovery, had a horrible start, recovered all the way back up. Edwards, just fantastic drive. Started near the back, been battling all the way. It looked like he was just constantly in battles and just getting slowed down nonstop, and into the race in 5th, and he's actually pulled a little bit of a second gap over Hatterlad in 6th. Jokerman with a fantastic race as well, starting on the hards, getting in there, and then battling all the way in here, sitting in the top 7, top half of the field. Groot also on the fire. And Jay, who had such a good race, got a little bit over-aggressive, I would say, there, and it just cost a lot of time, and so he's lost the gap to that 7th position. He still has potential for 8th here. So Joker, honestly, hats off to him and them for just checking out once they all kind of got 3 wide and battling. But he's still got that 8th position right there, as John also with a fantastic drive. looking at that 8th position saying, like, I could get top 8 as well. All I need is them start battling again. We can do this again. I saw what I did wrong last time. Like, he learned from his mistakes, but the gaps might just be a little bit too big. As Green, I think, is coming around for the win right now. Is that him? It is Green. That will definitely confirm that he wins the GR3 SBR Championship here at the Nurburgring GP final race. Well, final race is. We still have a reverse grid coming up. As Liam and Cripps are coming around in 2nd and 3rd. We could be jumping up to them. As Liam and Cripps, as Real comes around in 4th. With a solid gap until Edwards, who, again, just fantastic race. Battling it all the way up as we see him and the Lexus drifting, or again, might just lag. And Hatter Lad with a fantastic drive into 6th. And then Joker Man, who really did kind of get away. Him and Groot, 7th and 8th. Fantastic drives as well. John looking great, getting by Jay and finding a top 9. Jay ending up in 10th with a great first drive for him. Robin and Piper side by side coming through. I guess that's front to back, not really side by side, in 11th and 12th. Austin will make it in 13th. He's on his way. Rossi with a 14th. And Zeta, who finished a lap down, I'm assuming, since he's already finished, yep, in 15th. So, first race for Zeta, Josh. You know, I hope you had a lot of fun out there. Looked like a tough race. Had a little contact there at the start and just never really got it back together. Same, you know, Rossi, fantastic race, coming around to finish in 14th. As Austin did find his way across the line. And boom, that's the end of race 1. Congratulations to Green, Liam, and Callum. The podiums with Green taking the win here at the SBR GT3. And yeah, that will definitely guarantee that Green sits in a perfect position. However, it's definitely with Liam taking the 2nd place there, which is definitely higher than I think everyone had of him. I'd have to go look at the points. Let's just know that 3rd, 2nd, and 4th place and 5th place are all going crazy, because I'm pretty sure 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all just won the race in complete separate order than they actually are. As that is not the right thing. There it is. As yeah, we do have Green getting 1st, Liam in 2nd, Callum in 3rd, Real 4th, Edwards in 5th, Hatterlad in 6th, Joker in 7th, Adams in 8th, John in 9th, Jay in 10th, Rob in 11th, Piper in 12th, Austin in 13th, Rossi in 14th, and Zeta Josh in 15th. So that is the order of the finals, and that is the almost order of the next one. The next race will be reverse order, so we get to see Zeta Josh and Rossi be starting in the 1st row, followed by Austin, Piper, Rob, Jay, so on and so forth up the list, as they will be getting ready for race number 2, which is a sprint race, reverse grid. No tire regulations, so we won't be seeing anyone needing to use a 5-lap hard stint or anything like that, so everyone will be softs, everyone will be going as hard as they can, and yeah, these are always quite a bit of fun, and they usually get pretty hectic, so it'll get underway here in just a moment. And yeah, it looks like there may have been just a little bit of lag. I was definitely seeing some there around you as well, Hatter Lad, so may have been you, may have been me, may have been everyone. As what a good time for this one. I do enjoy this time. Racing it, it looks really nice. Racing it, if I remember right, is this the one that goes on the track? That has the sun right in your eyes as you go down into the hairpin. I think it might be. Either way, we will get underway. As if I was Jokerman, I would definitely switch to softs, as hards would be a massive disadvantage here. So hopefully he's someone watching the stream right now, or someone types to him to change, because I don't do that kind of stuff. I just point it out when I see it in chat. As it looks like just about everybody's gotten readied up. No one's on the track to watch. Got a few people needing to ready up. Yup. Any compound you want, so run softs over and over and over again, probably. And we should be underway as soon as everybody readies up. What a fantastic series it's been. Again, congratulations to Green for winning the entire series, but second, third, fourth, fifth, all that stuff is still going to be up for grabs, as they are all got to be battling. And this is one of those races that'll be up in the air, because if you're in that battle, if you're, you know, Callum or Liam or Piper, any of them, you know, that are in that battle, you, like, not only do you need to try to battle to get through the field to get as many points as possible, but, like, you're also battling the people that you need to finish ahead of right in front of, like, all around you as well. So it's an interesting scenario that they're going to find themselves in. So it'll be fun to watch and see exactly who figures out where. Liam talking about having trouble with these tires while he's taking, like, second place and stuff like that, just stomping everyone. You notice the fast drivers always come in like, yeah, I'm just having a lot of trouble. I don't know why I can only run a second and a half faster than you. I should be quicker. Oh, someone's going out on the track. Oh, I didn't even see someone was on the track already. Who was the first one? Callum was. As we will be getting started as soon as everyone's readied up and good to go. Be a nice little short sprint race. I think it's like 7 laps. That's 100% a guess. We'll see how many laps it is. Starts in 2 minutes, so he's telling me I gotta think of stuff to talk about for 2 more minutes. It is gonna be a lot of fun though. I do like the reverse grid. Reverse grid is it's interesting because you know the people behind you are faster than you and the people ahead of you are slower than you, so you need to be like constantly passing them, but you need to be constantly it's just a weird scenario that gets set up, and it definitely turns into some huge battles. And yeah, I think everyone feels it just adds a lot of pressure onto it, especially when you're trying to like race for position and stuff, and you're adamantly know that, okay, maybe the person right in front of you battle with and you have similar pace to, but the 3 cars right in front of you guys are both faster than, so it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, sometimes you'll see people kind of give up or kind of get past way too quick. Hopefully they can put up some good defenses. As John's excited, doing some donuts. We're all in here. Looking nice. Whoa, good timing. That's how you do it. I wonder what Rob thinks about that GTR. I drove it once, but it was at a very straight line track, so not a real fair comparison. I didn't have to drive it anywhere that you had to turn much. It's like St. Croix B or something like that. Straight lines. Looking nice. We should be getting started any second now. Feel like it's been long enough. I feel like it's been a whole minute. Ooh, look at, why does this, that makes no sense. Why does Groot get an engineer that comes out and checks his stuff out, huh? No engineer. No one else cares. No one cares about their car but this guy. Like, is this guy the homeowner? Oh, this guy cares about his car too. The Hyundai cares too. I don't know if you really care. You're kind of trying to stay off camera back here, man. So he might care about the Porsche, but not nearly as much as those guys do. Man. And we are ready for the final race of the season. An absolute battle for second, third, and fourth on the line for about 5 cars. They're going to be starting at the back of the field. They got to get to the front of the field. Green, we'll see how hard he's pushing here. He has already locked up the championship. He is our champion, so we'll see how he goes. But the rolling start, Zeta taking the lead. How defensive does he go into corner one? Does anyone want to take a bet on all the way to the right side? Or does he just let everybody take the right side away from him? Because if it's me, I'm going to put my car on the right wall. I will scrape the right wall to make sure I get the inside of that corner. So it'll be interesting to see how he does this. The lights are already on. Only like 5 cars have come through the chicane so far. And, well, hope no one's... There are people still going through the other chicane right now. As Rossi in this rolling start might not actually have to go that defensive. I didn't really think about that. He's actually got a big enough gap. Is Austin is going to have a field day up the inside. He's looking to get racy here. He wants those 20 points. Piper wants those 20 points. He's up in there as well. Why doesn't it show the thing again? Ooh, Piper's looking inside. Original John sitting in 7th and going to work his way up as well. How's the back of the backpack is super separated because they were in the other chicane when the race started. Green all over the back, right already on Liam as everyone else has huge gaps. Oh, as Edwards is trying to work his way up, he's already into 11th. Got Hatterlad right in front of him, so did Hatterlad started in front of him, yep. As this is a huge group right here. J-Rob, everyone's side by side. Zeta already fallen down to 4th. Rossi's sitting in 3rd. Piper and Austin just kind of like, well, they started near the front. They got by the leaders, and they're trying to use their pace to an advantage here for sure. You're going to have to see how long they can defend here. As Rossi and Zeta, they could work as teammates here. Pretend like you're on a team for 5 seconds, and you go left, I go right. We'll block all these fast. We'll block everybody else behind us. As we do see them all catching up, Jay's trying to get racy in there. He knows there was a mistake last time, got him wide. Wants to get up there and definitely see. You can see the podium right now. Anyone who can see 3rd wants to be in 3rd. John's already looking at the inside. Oh, that's tough. As Groot looks like he's getting in there as well. Wait, have I been saying someone's name wrong this whole time? I may have, but it's no big deal. And yeah, Austin and Piper, they're out in 1st and 2nd right now. As then we see the train of cars as Rob was thinking about making a move. Groot is making a move. Groot wants up the inside of Jay, and he shuts the door, gets it. John trying to follow through a little bit, just trying to probably put Jay on a weird line, but he couldn't quite get the outside to lock him down. He kind of turns it into an undercut move there, but yeah, not quite enough there. And now Joker's all over the back. Edwards coming through as well. And so, yeah, Real's going to have to push his way through. It's kind of interesting to see that Cripps, Green, and Liam are so far back still. That's probably because they were just literally, like, in the other chicane when the race started. So, that is, you got to take 2 turns before you even get on the lap. Like, you're still in the last turn when the leaders are going into the, like, first corner. That is a tough spot to be. So they're definitely going to pick the pace up to catch it up in 8 laps. But I'm sure they'll be able to. They're not that far back. Rob's trying to find... Ooh, that's a little... Maybe... Oh, that looks scary. It looked like maybe they were going to make a move to the outside, then maybe defend the inside, but... Ooh, as Rob gets aggressive back on the inside. Is there going to be a cutback? No. Ooh. Joker's trying to find a way through. Oh, Rob gets maybe a little bit on the gas early, or... I don't think he got hit in the back, so I don't think that was it, as he's all over the back of Josh. Oh, he's looking up the inside here as well. He is done. He's trying to make moves left, right, and center. Jay also trying to follow. That got messy real fast. Catch it. Catch it. Nice. Very good catch. Edwards trying to make a move of it. John, dude, is anyone going to let him? You guys just saw him spun out. Leave him alone for a second. That is that no one leaves him alone. It's a reverse grid race. As they are all still now all on top of each other. Now, Liam's going to need to step on it. You definitely don't want to get no points in this race if you're trying to somehow get into the podium or anything like that. Is Zeta ghosted? Yeah, worrying about stuff during the race. That's what was happening. So Jay up into 7th, Rob in 1st. We still have the lead. I can't change. Oh, I was holding on 2. That's why. Liam in the back. Green's caught up to Zeta, and Josh has fallen all the way down to 13th from up in the front, but we saw he had a little bit of contact and going through all that. And then we've got Hatterlad in 12th, so he's fallen back a little bit because he was with Edwards, in front of Edwards. Edwards is up at a 10th. Callum's worked his way up into 11th. He wants those podium points. Is Ross? See, I feel like Rossi's not going defensive, so Edwards just takes the inside out from him. Real. And so this is where we've got a group of people who are a little bit quicker catching a group of people who are usually historically slower. But, I mean, this is working out for Austin and Piper the most. They got in the lead earlier and mostly looks like gotten to kind of separate as they are kind of up in their own race with a 5-second gap back to Groot, who's in a solid 3rd and getting chased by John. Coming up almost halfway through the race. Everybody pushing that all the way wide as Real's got a good run looking here. Yeah, try to get the, it doesn't really matter which side. You can win this turn from either one. You just got to make sure that you, like, really commit to it. Yep. Nice. Real's up into 7th. As we see, is that Callum making a move? Looking for make a move? Callum's getting new tires. He says, no, these tires don't work. A lot of people get new tires. Like, no, these tires don't work. I'm out. It's probably a prediction. They know how bad the tires are going to be in 4 more laps. And what is this pit stop, like 6 seconds? So I think that might be the bet, is like, you know what? If they're not coming in here, they're not going to come in at all. And we're going to have such better tires than they're going to have. So we'll see how that ends up working out. As some of the tires just aren't that worn. Is Rob up into 3rd, Jay sitting in 4th, Real up into 5th, Joker in 6th, Edwards in 7th, Hatter chilling in 8th, Groot in 9th, but he's the first of the people who stopped as Jay is way off the track, aggressively, ooh, smart. Almost came across the track, but got back on, got back in safe. I was like, it looked like he was going to aggressively come across the entire track. He's like, no, he caught it and stayed to the right, stayed off the track so he didn't kill the entire field coming around. Fair play. Rossi's now battling with him. Get him, Rossi. Ooh, not quite brave enough on the brakes. Little bit of weight transfer. Looked like he got him some wheel spin, but he does keep it side by side. Is he going to keep it side by side through? Nope. He is not. Is this going to let Callum just close that gap all the way up? How are we looking up here? Groot all over the back of Hatterlad on his fresh tires, so that's a definite position he would like to get taken care of ASAP. The original John also on fresh tires. It's going to be interesting to see if any of these larger gaps can close down. Like, yeah, Jokerman and Edwards are battling here, but I wonder if, we do have more pit stops. I wonder if more people were, so this is the end of 4. This would be the most sense. Everyone else was undercutting. Is the undercut worth it here? I guess we're going to find out. Where were our undercuts? Where's Groot? Groot was an undercut. There's Groot. I can't pick Groot. There he is. And Groot ends up coming through in 5th. The rest... Austin and Piper, though, they still got a good little lead here, but they kind of got to check out, so they're on their own thing. But Piper is all over the back of Austin right now. So I wonder if he's trying to get this move done now, get that position, or if he's just trying to, like, kind of suss him out and figure out where his weaknesses are. Where am I quicker? Where are you quicker? Like, where can I really take advantage of you? If it's just like, I'm going to just try to take advantage of every single mistake you make right now. We'll have to come back to that in just a second, as Real's wanting to close the gap down, but those tires aren't going to do that. No, they're on fresh tires, just no way. Jokerman also getting hunted down by Groot, who's on fresh tires. I just feel like Real and Joker, they can't really pit now, I don't think. They wouldn't have enough laps to really make it up. Maybe if they did it, like, on this lap. But no, probably not. So they're really mostly in full defense mode, which just sucks for everyone who's trying to pass them. Because everyone who's trying to pass them is not going to be able to catch these bigger gaps up because they're getting slowed down just battling through them. Piper just outside, right in slip range, right there. As Austin's just trying to check out, but he can't really do it. Well, Piper's going to have to get that a lot closer if he wants to make a move in the next few laps. You can't just constantly sit at like 7/2 a second, 7/10 of a second and stuff like that. You got to get in that alongside run range. Closing it down a little, but then it just separates right back out as they come back up. Ooh. He's closing it down, so he's trying to get it down. He's still got a couple laps to do it, though, so it's not quite that corner for it. Oh, we got people coming in the pits. Real up into third. Groot into fourth. John getting hounded by Rob. Rob trying to look up the inside. I believe people don't go defensive. John likes the cutback, though, so he's going for that move, but it's still going to leave Rob the inside here if he can get it done quick enough, which he should be able to. Oh, yeah, John's a little wide. He's going to end up having the inside here, which is the corner you really want it for, because then you can shut the door before this one. As we see Edwards and Callum and Green and Hatterlad and Liam all in the battle through here. As now tires are different on people, everyone's different. Liam looking up the inside of Hatterlad, and he gets that done quite quickly. So we've got John just trying to hunt down anyone he can in front of him, but he's also got Edwards just right over the back of him, just really closing it down there. Oh, it looked like Edwards started to try to get a better launch than him. Callum's trying to close it down, but now Callum's got Green all over him, so I wonder how hard Green's going to race him right now, knowing that it doesn't make a whole bunch of difference for him. Yeah, Edwards over the back of John, but at the same time, Callum's getting hounded by Green and Liam. Trying to keep that gap closed down, because I think he needs to, just continue to work through here, get as many positions as he can, just to get as many points as he can, because there's some people in front who are trying to get their points through the second race. As we see Piper all over the back of Austin up here. That's the kind of gap you're wanting to start to have. You want to have that one here and keep it getting closer and closer so you can make that pass on the final lap as they start the penultimate lap. Austin does go defensive, just to make sure he doesn't get dived. I think the gap may have been a little too big, but I think that defensive driving may have cost him enough. No. Shuts the door. Is Piper going to be able to look up the inside here, though? Yes, he is. You got to keep him there. Oh, he's got a car length pass, but no. Austin's going to be able to close it back off. Maybe a cutback? Yeah, it's just tough to get that run going. They are side. Oh, he's maybe got an inch of overlap there. Yeah, he does. Side by side. Yeah, you just have to filter back in through. There's just not enough areas to keep going side by side. Eventually someone's going to win it. You just got to filter in. You don't even have to win it on this race. You just got to figure out where you can and can't, or on this lap. You just got to figure out where you can and can't pass and not overcook any of these zones too much and end up ruining before you get to make a move. So you see Real getting closed up a little bit here by Groot. Groot trying to find himself on the podium. Rob with a decent gap, but trying to keep this entire pack from catching him. Holy cow, that's a lot of them. As we got a race for the lead, and then we've got a race from 11th to 6th, maybe? Yeah. So a huge battle for the top 6. Edwards trying to find anywhere on this track, and John says, nah, I drive defensive. I don't know what you're talking about. I went not defensive once. I'm not doing that anymore. That was a mistake. What a defense, though. This Callum ends up making the most of it, and he gets through. Green's trying to find a way through, and Edwards has got to be like, bro, I just wanted to go up the inside of you. Why'd I end up having to lose 2 positions over this? Oh, Green smartly moves over a little bit just so Edwards can't try to come back at him. That's a driving of a champion if you've ever seen one. Is Edwards staying all over back? Well, we've seen Edwards give him a run back at the start of the season, battling all over him. So these two have had those battles front to tail like that, as we do see a bunch of people going defensive. Groot has gotten by Real. He's on the podium, and he does not want to give it up. So he went very defensive. Is Real going to time the cutback right? He is. It was tough to get traction, though. You could see him just spinning it everywhere trying to get that car to go, and that's going to let Groot close it right back off. Rob in a solid 5th. John trying to close it up, but he has got literally everyone hounding him down. He's got the champ leader. He's got Edwards trying to make a move on him right now. Not on John, but behind him. It looked like Rob got that a little wrong. Ooh, Edwards gets a little wheel spin, but it's all under control. As we are on the final lap, Piper has gotten by Austin. Shoot, I wish I'd have seen where that happened at. I was trying to keep an eye on it too. Oh, is Austin's going to try to battle back? Oh, it's so hard to go through anything through the S's. We'll jump back down here real quick just to see. Is anyone making a move in there? 3 wide. Oh, I couldn't really do anything. Can't really make moves through the S's. So let's see. Groot in a solid third. Oh, Austin's getting couldn't quite get enough overlap to make it work. This is really what it's going to come down to. I think a lot of people think you try to make a move here on the chicane. I think maybe you keep it close and try to get an exit on the chicane and actually make the move on the final corner. Just because I think most people go defensive, take the outside, try to battle through the chicane, and then just take the inside to the next one. That's what I would do. He's not going to go defensive, no attack. I don't know if he's going to be able to close enough gap up here to make anything work. He could have lunged, but yeah, he agreed. That was too much of a lunge. We'll let it go. As Groot with this, as Piper taking the win here at the Nürburgring sprint race, getting followed closely by Austin. Groot going to get a solid third. Real in fourth, and there's Rob right on the back of him. How did he close that gap up in one lap? He almost got it into fifth. Sixth is Callum, who gets by John, who is going to hold off Edwards, who holds off Green, who holds off Joker, Liam, and then Jay, who's in 12th, coming around. Rossi and Hatterlad in an absolute final lap battle here. No one ever wants to get the final position, but lucky for you guys, no one gets the final position. They already left. The final position is locked in to not be either one of them, as it looks like Hatterlad might get a bit of a run. Not enough. Finish line's not far enough. 13th and 14th, Rossi and Hatterlad. All right, well, congratulations, Piper, for the win in the second race, the sprint race. Austin and Groot Adams here getting a podium as well. Congratulations to all the SBR racers. This has been the season 11 SBR GR3 championships. Had such a fun time here with you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys so much for joining. Fantastic races, and congratulations to Green for his win here at the SBR Championship. Congratulations to all the participants. If you guys are interested in any of the stuff you see here, go check them out on Facebook, Instagram, or I'm sure all the information's there as you need it. Thank you all again, and see ya.